聊车。大家看到我旁边这辆车呢，在中国大陆还是很有名的，应该说全世界都很有名吧。全尺寸的 Range Rover 啊，Land Rover Jaguar 公司的旗舰产品。在国内呢，这个车有一个翻译的非常好的名字，叫路虎揽胜啊。也有人说这是一个很恶俗的车了，很土豪的车了。不管我们给它贴什么标签，在这个世界范围之内，路虎揽胜 Range Rover 还是一款越野车当中的偶像。现在呢，我要给大家一个我的判断。今天呢，我还特地请了2个玩车的哥们儿一起来聊这个车啊，一位呢是 Michael，一位是 Chase。So what do you think of the Range Rover?
Range Rover is a beautiful, elegant vehicle. A lot of the upper elite, the Queen of England, all drive Range Rovers. Great car. Reliability has been an issue in the past. Hoping in the future that they fix these little glitches to make it the ultimate driving machine, which is the BMW logo. But also, the Range Rovers do have some similarity with BMW, sharing same platforms with the engine. But overall, I love the car. With the Mercedes G-Wagon, I would say they are kind of competitors in a sense, but also share a lot of similarities. But when you see a Range Rover on the road, it's one of those vehicles, everyone knows what a Range Rover is. And it's a status symbol wherever you are.
So in terms of the real off-road capabilities, how would you rate the Range Rover?
I would say compared to its counterparts, I don't personally think it does as well as, let's say, a Hummer or a Jeep. I will say the Defender platform is more capable for off-road.
What do you make of that joke people say when you buy a Range Rover, you have to buy two because one of them needs to stay in the shop at all times?
I kind of do agree, and I've seen some people have that. So, usually a household will have 2 Range Rovers for that exact reason. So if they don't give you a loaner car, you're going to have to one in the shop and then one, getting your groceries.
Yeah. What about the price? It's a little overpriced.
For what they are, I believe it's overpriced. Going off of resale value as well, too, a fully spec new Range Rover, you're looking at close to $200,000. Secondary market, 2-3-year-old, almost half price.
Yeah.
So I would say if you do want to get in one of these cars, definitely buy pre-owned. Great cars, but you'll have to definitely pick and choose as far as reliability with the engine, transmission, electronics. But obviously, with the money you're saving buying it used, look at putting that into maintenance costs.
这个车的优点是漂亮啊，我相信大家的共识，设计的非常好，非常一体化的流线型的设计，既保持了 Range Rover 这么多年一贯的总体的造型，但又变得非常的简约。我们看看里面的内饰，这个白色的皮加上这种浅的木料，看着是非常的 Scandinavian， 确实是漂亮。但是呢，要挑毛病的话，那毛病可就多了哈。我们先从一个小地方说起吧。这个整个车的内饰里面的皮的质量非常的差。你看看这个座椅，穿上牛仔裤大概就会有印儿，这个是非常遗憾的。10几万英镑的车，居然在皮的选择上都做不到一个跟竞争对手能够平起平坐，给人感觉好像是工厂里负责这个皮的采购的工作人员回扣拿多了。其次呢，这个车有很多小的工艺问题，比如说这个缝对的齐不齐啊。4S 店的人跟我说，有一批车来的时候，连这个 Range Rover 的2这个字母都是歪的。它的整个工厂的质量控制跟奔驰、宝马、跟保时捷这些大厂相比，确实还差不少。
I was on the drive. The craftsmanship is fantastic. The materials they use are really well thought out. Everything's laid out beautifully. It's a smart design. When you're talking about reliability, I think you have to peel back the layers of this car and look what's powering it. And now that 4.4 V8, fantastic engine, but the electronics that it's mated to, not as robust. And now we're bringing back kind of the off-road technology. That comes into play where it's very complicated, it's very expensive, and when it fails, if it fails, it's going to be a headache, a long time to get those parts, because those parts usually have to be shipped in. They don't typically have them in supply. So, that's a whole another kind of layer of complexity.
I would say Range Rover has its own place in the market. I mean, for the amount of money, you want something big and comfortable, something iconic, and something you can actually do a little bit of off-roading, but not too much, and also enough space. So in spite of all the issues we talked about, what's and all, people still buy Range Rover. You can also argue that's the power of the brand.
Yeah,
It's
it's
also
image and branding.
probably what's left of the glory of the former British Empire.
Yeah.
All these British cars, they're either owned by the Germans or the Americans, like the Range Rover previously by Ford, and now they're owned by Tata, the Indians. Some of the British car brands are now owned by the Chinese as well. So what you're saying is probably, there's something nostalgic about the brand. You see the royal families get driven around in Range Rovers and Rolls Royce. It's a little bit of what I would call what's left of the former size and might of the British Empire.
And the one thing I want to note with these Range Rovers as well too is that the design elements, it is subtle but also bold. Where this big body range we talked about earlier, that they went from that really boxy design to the roundness in mid 2012 they came out, or 2013, and even this new redesign has a lot of the aspects from the previous generation, but enhanced in a positive way.
So with that, we come to the end of this very special edition of the three of us talking about cars, featuring Michael and Chase. And for your information, Michael is actually half Chinese, so now it's your turn to say hi to everybody in Chinese.
你们好，我是 Michael， 中文名是廖德华。我爸爸是德国，不是刘德华是唱歌刘德华。爸爸是德国人，妈妈是从台湾来的。
Chase, it's now your turn. Say something.
他的中文比我好。
Yeah, it's English.